class diagram is one of the 16 UML diagrams. And what are UML diagrams? UML diagrams are all the conceptual models on which our programs or code is to be based on. Big programs are not directly made, they are made from a particular map or a conceptual model, and for these models to be made we use UML diagrams. And why there are 16 type of UML diagrams, not one? These 16 diagrams contain different 16 targets. If our target is to see the sequence of programming, we need a sequence diagram. If we need to see the timing of the project, we use timing diagram. A use case diagram of UML is used to interact with the client to show him how our project is going to work. Likewise, the class diagram, which is mainly used for the interaction between the programmers. Big program is rarely made by one programmer, and class diagram is the best way for the interaction of a particular program. Class diagram contains all the properties and methods of a class and how these classes are related to each other. Properties are the identification of any class, and behaviors are the action performed by that particular class. These are all the relationships of a class diagram which we will discuss in this video. The classes in the class diagram are always connected with each other by a link, and this link is called association. Like in this example, driver and a class car. There is a link between them of drives. A driver class drives a car class. Drives is the association between driver and a class car. Likewise, teacher teaches student. Teacher and student classes both have the association of teaches in between them. Without association, no classes can be linked with each other. The other important part is the multiplicity of the class diagram. Multiplicity exactly shows the amount of participants in a class. Like in this example, university contains rooms. Contains is the association between university and a room classes. And if we show the multiplicity, one university contains 40 rooms. So this shows the amount of numbers of the classes that are participating in the class. Other example, one student can opt for 6.9 courses. 6.9 means it has a limit of multiplicity. Means one student can at least opt for 6 courses, or at max it can opt for 9 courses. These 3 dots shows the limit of multiplicity. The other example is of infinite multiplicity. One teacher teaches infinite number of students, and this asterisk value shows the finite term of a class. Multiplicity again shows the amount of participants of the class. Composition. When one class totally depends on other class, means if the one class is vanished, the other class will automatically be vanished with this as well. University is the main part of the class, and it is shown with the diamond signal on it, filled diamond. This diagram means if the diamond part of it is vanished, the other related part to the diagram will also be vanished as well. If the university remains no more, then there is absolutely no existence of the rooms as well. Shared aggregation. In shared aggregation, one class is highly related to its main class, but its existence does not depend on its main related class, although it's highly related. Like in this example, employee works for a company. If for some unfortunate reason company is no more, company just stop working, or company is no more, the employee will remain. Although when the employee was working for the company, and it is shown by unfilled diamond. So the difference between composition and aggregation is that the related class of the composition vanishes with its main class. It will be no more existence of the related class. And in shared aggregation, related class, although highly dependent, after the vanishing of its main class, will still remain intact. Generalization is the concept based on superclass and subclass properties. The properties contained in the superclass will automatically drawn back to its subclasses as well. Like in this example, a university's employee, every employee from minor to major contains these properties: name, ID, age, and raw salary. This main superclass is called as abstract class as well. Abstract class is the main superclass of the whole generalization process. Now, employee is divided into two parts: temporary and permanent. The basic reason for division of this part is that these two subclasses will have something different than its main class. Temporary workers will contain the properties of working hours, and permanent will have holidays and a bonus as well. Temporary worker do not contain holidays as bonus, and permanent worker not only contains holidays as bonus, it will also contain the properties of name, ID, age and raw salary inherited from its superclass. Then the permanent worker is divided into two parts, the lecturer and the PhD doctor. Both have different properties. The basic reason of division is that both contain different properties. Lecturer contains HEC number and courses he teaches, and PhD doctor contains IEEE number and publications of the particular PhD doctor. The lecturer and PhD doctor's superclass is permanent, and permanent's superclass is employee. Here we can say that lecturer not only contains HEC number and course property, it will also have the properties of holidays, bonus, also name, ID, age and raw salary. It is inheriting from its superclasses. Let's take another example of generalization to clear our concepts. We are dividing employee into four subclasses of lecturer, PhD, doctor, watchman and peon. Now if a situation occurs when two classes contains exactly the same properties, like watchman and peon are containing exact three same properties of duty hours, office fund and festival bonus, we can combine the both classes into one and name it as we like. So again, if the two classes contain exactly the same properties, we can combine the both into one to reduce the complexities of the program. If the situation occurs when most of the properties of two classes match, like in this case watchman and peon's properties, three properties are matching, one extra property of both, watchman containing extra time and peon containing medical facilities. So what we will do in this case is that the similar properties are combined in one class and then make subclass of the different properties from the ones, like in this case. So again, reminder, if two classes contain exactly same properties, combine the class. Two classes contains a substantial amount of properties similar, and there are few properties that are different, then combine the properties and make it another class, and the different properties of the classes are separated. And so again, in this class we can say that all the subclasses contain the properties of its superclasses. Means if we take example of watchman, it is containing the property of extra time from its watchman class, then it also contains properties of duty hours, office funds and festival bonus from its superclass of worker, also containing the properties of name, ID and address of from its main superclass employee. Employee here is the abstract class, and abstract class is the main superclass of the process. Let's take the example of a class diagram containing all the 5 relationships between a class. So a scenario of university where a students and employee working and teaching together. The main part of university is our student and employees, so we can safely generalize that to a class of person. Each person, either a student or employee, will contain name, address and age, so making it an abstract class and creating subclasses of the person. Student will contain student ID and GPA, which is different from employee, and employee will contain employee ID and employee and recruitment year, which is different from student class. So these subclasses will contain different properties along with the properties of the person class as well. We'll also clear the composition, aggregation and aggregation of the class. Employee is of software engineering department, a relation of aggregation, and this software engineering is a part of university. Composition relation means if you take the composition relation of university and software engineering department, the main class here is the university composition. If the university is no more, then there is no more of software engineering department as well. To the aggregation part, software engineering department is the main class of aggregation to employee. If for some reason software engineering department is vanished, employee will exist. Employee class is further divided into two subclasses, permanent and temporary, because temporary and permanent will have some different properties apart from the ones. Permanent will have yearly increment and medical, temporary will have yearly bonus only. Now the permanent is also further divided in three categories of lecturer, manager and PhD doctor containing few different qualities apart from the one that are defined already. Lecturer will contain all the properties inheriting from its main superclasses. Lecturer already has three superclasses. Lecturer has a property of course and HEC number. It will also contain properties of yearly increment, medical, employee ID, year recruitment, name, age and address. So any subclass will contain all the properties of its related superclasses. Lecturer will have association of teach to the class course, means a lecturer teach a course and it has a multiplicity of 1 to 6, means one lecturer can teach 6 courses, or 6 courses are taught by one teacher. Then if the course is a part of that study program which is totally linked with it, and if the study program is vanished, then the course is also no more, then it will be considered as composition part of the study program. If the course is somehow not totally dependent on the study program, if the study program is no more continued in the university, then course will also be taught in the university, then is the aggregation part of that course. Study program has a relation of enrolled to the student class, means students are enrolled in a study program and there is a multiplicity of 400 to 800, means there is a need of at least 400 students in the study program, or at maximum it will contain 800 students. This is the example of a class diagram which will contain all the 5 main relationships of the diagram. One thing to remember is that the class diagram does not have a rule of thumb, means if 10 people are making the same diagram, all the 10 people can have different version of that class diagram as well, so many different ways. So there is no one exact way of making a particular diagram in the class diagram. Apart from those main relations, there are two extremely important other relations as well, which are used in some parts, not commonly though. One is association class. Association class is a type in which we need to make a class of the association between two classes, means a salary file is permitted to employee class, one salary file is permitted to 5 employees. Here the permitted or permission is the association between two classes. If we make a different class of this association having its own qualities or a quality or a property, this will be association class, means here permission is another class made with the property of accessibility, and we can also show the participants of the related classes as well. Here Sagir Ahmed, Harris, Alex, Maxwell and Sean have different accessibilities permissions to the class. The permission here remains the link or association between salary file and salary file class and employee class, but in a different way, because shown in a different way with a dotted line, because now that the association also contains its properties. Let's take another example of association class. In this example, a person plays for a team. Person and a team are the two classes. In between there is a association of plays for between them. If for some reason we need properties of plays for as well, why the player is playing for a team, then we'll make this association as an association class, means a different class altogether, and show it with a dotted line like this. So now a person plays for a team, and plays for is the association between the two, and this plays for has its own 3 properties of contract, title and salary. Now we can also show the participants of each class as well, like person has name and age. We can show them. Plays for has 3 properties, contract, title and salary. Team has 2 properties, name and titles 1, but it will be shown only once as Manchester and 5, because it is only one participating in it. So when showing participants, We also need to take care of the multiplicity as well. There are 5 persons in a one team. Reflexive class is made when two classes associated with each other contain exactly same properties. Like is in this example, prerequisite course and offered course. These two classes are associated with the association of allowed. Means if prerequisite course is passed by a student, then it is allowed to take offered course. Both classes contain same properties of course name and credit hours. But this can be shown in this way as well. This is how the reflexive class is shown. Make only one class, name it as you like, and we are naming it a course for our convenience, putting both properties, both combined properties together of course name and credit hours. Then prerequisite and offered, the other two main parts of the class, are written right and left side of it, and in between them is the association of both allowed class. So in short, these two figures means exactly the same. The only difference being one is shown. The other example of reflexive class is one teacher examines 20 students. Now teacher and student contains exactly the same properties, name and age. This can also be shown in a reflexive class like this. Again, both diagrams means the same, only shown in a different way. The figure shows the same thing. A teacher teaches the student. One is the reflexive one, another is the association one. Now good question may arise that when should we use which type of diagram, either association, reflexive or the normal class diagram. It all depends on the requirements of yours. Means if you need to show the simple association between two classes, like a teacher teaches a student and they have different properties, you will show simple class diagram. If there is association between the classes and the properties are also the same of the two classes, you will need to define it as a reflexive association. Then if there is a case when the association needs to have its own properties as well, you will definitely need to draw association class between them. So again, it all depends on the requirement of yours to go about your class diagram and your choice, either reflexive, associative or the normal. In this example, we will use reflexive class and association class together. In this example, a person belongs to software engineering department of some university. Belongs to is the association between them. This association has its own property as well. Now a person can be a student and a teacher if both student teacher contains the same properties, name and age. A teacher examines the student and containing the same properties means it's a reflexive class. A person belongs to a software engineering department. Now we can show the other properties of the class diagram as well. Like this diagram shows computer department is the composition part of university. Means if there is no university, there will be no existence of the computer department as well. Then computer science department is a super class of two subclasses, software engineering department and IT department. We have generalized the computer science department into two. Then in the software engineering department, person belongs, which are teacher and student.